Father's Day, Labor Day, back to school, prom, graduation. If I get one more graduation notice, you know what I'm saying? I love the kids, but I'm just saying, y'all trying to kill me. Y'all just being funny, but don't we celebrate every month something? Yeah. Look at what they did this year. What y'all think about this? Which brings us to number 4, big business. Big business makes sure every month you got something to what?
Spend on.
To celebrate. To celebrate. Think about this. Remember on Thanksgiving, you used to be able to eat with your family? Now, the doors open that night. You got people pushing Thanksgiving dinner up because the flat screen got to be in line for the flat screen tonight. Black what?
Friday.
Now they got what's called Brown Thursday. No, Black Friday's the next day. I'm sorry. They kicked in Brown Thursday on some of y'all. Which now after dinner, Walmart, everybody lift the doors open. People trampling each other. Newsflash. If you got to trample me to get a flat screen, you can't afford it. You got people that spend 7 days in a tent to get a deal. And you show them I can give you 30 minutes of financial education. I ain't one of them things. You can walk down the tent line. And look, everybody with a tent at Walmart. You can walk, hey man, y'all ain't got to do this. We can show you how to get a flat screen for finance. We can show you how to own a piece of the Panasonic company. No. I'm going to stay here 7 days in a tent. It's the mentality of people. They'd rather make Walmart rich than buy stock in Walmart. But you've been conditioned to do that. Does that make sense? Yes. So, I keep drinking. I keep picking it up on. So, every month you got something to what? Celebrate. Every month. So now, Brown Thursday, hurry up and eat so you can go to the store. Black Friday, isn't that when all the sales happen? Or is that when they drop the taxes? For a day? That ain't that day. Everything goes on sale, right? Cyber Monday, that's 3 in a row now. Brown Thursday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the internet stuff go on sale. Then you wonder why by the time Christmas comes and next year, you know what your New Year's resolution is? I'm going to lose weight this year and get out of debt. No. You've been saying that. You've been saying you're going to get out of debt forever. But you're doing the same thing. Big business is taking your money. Everybody got it? Yep. We got to fix that. Who ready to fix it? Right? You got to fix it. All you got to do is understand these 3 things. I'm going to write this down for you. This is a little easier to understand. All right? So you're serious now. Iron drop on. I got $6 one. Iron age. All right, here we go. Okay, 3 what? Solutions. This is called income shifting. It's what wealthy people do. Who just like the term, right? You gotta learn how to shift your income. This is called income shifting. Here's what this means. Now look, based on what I've said so far, who knows some people that need to be sitting next to you on the sofa? Like, now we're so here to hear this. All right, see, this is what we do for you. So we're gonna make sure you guys all have a date and a time, and we're gonna help you out with this. All right? Income shifting. Now here's how this works. Let's recap. You got 2 goals. Current lifestyle is paid for by your labor, but your future lifestyle should be paid for with your what? Investments. The reason we don't have a future lifestyle is because we're barely making enough money, most people, in their current situation to even be thinking about the what? Future. Now let me say this real quick. That's not new to Americans. Social Security was invented by the government so that you can have a little nest egg, so you chip in, we all chip in, and then when you retire, you're supposed to have something left. Am I right? Anybody ever get that statement, green and white? Didn't it scare you? When I opened mine, I said, oh, God. This won't even cover this won't cover my mortgage. And then by the time it's time for me to cash in, you really ain't gonna have enough to live. They shouldn't mail them things out. It's more scary than anything. But I'm glad they do, because I like to show people this is what Social Security gonna do for you. If it's around.
That's it.
Because guess what? The baby boomers are retiring. The baby boomers is the largest segment of the population. So after World War II, let's just put it this way, a lot of babies were born. Soldiers came home. They were happy to see their wives. From anybody born between 1946 and 1964 is a boomer. The population skyrocketed. Now the boomers are ready to dip into the what? Social Security. Then here we come young, trying to dip in. They're like, no, we got that. Now tell me if it's fair that it may not be around when it's your turn. So guess what corporations did? They started with pensions. Who remember pensions? Mm-hmm. You stay with one company long enough, they paid you a pension for the rest of your what? Life. Are they still doing that now? No. People not even, because you're not there long enough no more. You know why? Internet, technology, jobs being shipped where? Overseas. You're not with like IBM no more for 40 years like you used to be. You know what I'm talking about, right? Mm-hmm. You're not with a certain company no more like you used to be. So let me get this straight. Technology. You mean to tell me I can take my phone, get a check, take a picture, and do direct what?
Deposit.
Direct deposit. Tell us, gone. They cutting back all that. You mean to tell me I can text you cash now through an app called Cash App? Mm-hmm. No need for current. Like, how much? You send me an invoice to my text through an app, and I pay you from the account that's linked to my app. I just send you $200 text. You mean to tell me Uber can put together a system and shut the cab industry down? Now Lyft just came out to compete with Uber. See, this is America. Every day there's a young entrepreneur thinking of something that's making the world you currently used to go out the window. So you mean to tell me you can have Uber on your car and I get in just because you say you with Uber? Yep. Cab industry been around decades. Gone. Now you Uber. See? America and entrepreneurship are synonymous if you know your history of the country. So back after the Great Depression, corporations flourished because we couldn't go nowhere but what? But after a while, the corporations flourished, they had to start cutting what? Cutting back. Those were your jobs. So now everybody going back to owning a home-based what? Business, because the corporations just not hiring like they used to. Make sense? So you got to understand this so you'll know where you sit. Watch this. In America, you get paid based on your tax code. You either a W-2, you're a 1099, also known as a business what? Owner, or you have assets. Okay, I call this asset accumulation investments. I don't like to use the word investments because some people get all scary when they hear the word investments. But really, you're going to use these two to accumulate some what? Assets. Everybody got it? Watch this. A W-2 has a certain tax bracket. If you're in a W-2 bracket, you get taxed anywhere from 28 to 33%. That's the highest. It has nothing to do with your job. It's how you get what? It's how you got paid. A 1099 gets taxed 18 to 23%. That's the net effect. So I don't want y'all to think that if you're a business owner, this is your tax rate. Because of how you get paid, it drops you down to a lower tax bracket. Everybody got it? Mm-hmm. I'll show you what I mean in a second. But the net effect of having a business will decrease the amount of taxes you pay. That's why wealthy people, what they all got in common, they own some kind of what? Business, no matter what you do. And guess what? Capital gains pays less than 15%. In other words, money pays the least amount of what?
Money.
Taxes. So let me get this straight. America said, if you work for your money, you pay the what? Most. If your money make money, you pay the what? Sound to me like the wealthy people who built the laws of this country were capitalists. Because they knew that most of their money was made with what? And they knew that you got to go all the way back in the day now. Back in the day. They knew that the working man, let's tax him to what? But these laws are still on the what? On the books. So I say, look, let's do what the wealthy people do because obviously they put the rules in place for who? For them. Make most of your money with money. There's a stat, 67% of most people's wealth is created with their money. Because after a while, it just starts rolling. So Oprah can do what was the Oprah Winfrey Show, then own Harpo Studios, then produce O Magazine, now own the whole what? Network. So they're right. The rich do get richer and the poor do get poorer. Because if you stay where you are, that's what you're going to get stuck with. The highest what? Tax bracket. So now, here's the philosophy. Here's why this changes. This person says, I work. I pay what? Taxes. Then I get to spend. So on a W-2, you number what in line? Number 3. You work first, get taxed second, then you get your money. Am I right?
Right.
Now this guy says, it's just a different philosophy, that's all. My business works. The government says, okay, if your business works, then you get to spend your money second, then you pay what?
Taxes.
They let the business owners spend first because business is what keeps our whole economy going what? Around. Does that make sense? Yeah. Here's why. You gotta understand. They always will give the 1099 a tax break. Because if you blow up, you can hire someone what? Workers. So we get our money from them. So this guy get a break. Mm-hmm. So we give you a tax break to incentivize you in every way to be successful and open a what?
Business.
Then if you blow up, you're gonna be forced to expand and hire some more W2s. Let me give y'all a quick news flash. This ain't gonna take long as y'all thought. I told you, it's the simple stuff. We just introduce you to the concept, and if you want to learn how to shift your income, we show you how. Let me introduce you to something. Anytime America gives you a tax break, that means they want you to do it. They incentivize you through tax breaks. When you get married, you get a tax break.
Right.
When you have a child, you get a tax break.
Right.
You buy a house, the interest on your mortgage is a tax break.
Right.
That means they want you to what? If you go green and put all these new things on your roof and solar panels, and if we change these windows out because they're trying to lower the effect of the ozone, right? And your carbon footprint, am I right? They give you a tax what? Break. So if the government gives you a tax break for owning a business, they must want you to have one. So here's the question. Why doesn't every American have a business? Because they telling you in their own little way. Anytime they want to whisper something, they give you a tax what? So why doesn't everybody in America have one? Easy. You don't figure this out till you knee deep in debt and out of school. Then you're so upset with yourself, you can't even think about it. You mad right now, so you like, I don't want to do that. I ain't listening because now you've been 20 years of doing this, and it's hard to shift the mentality that you should own a small what? Business. Own a small business. Now, this guy says, my money's going to work. I'm going to reinvest. I'm going to abbreviate REI, and I'm going to make some more what?
Money. All
money knows how to do is bring back money. Money's supposed to work for you. You're not supposed to work for money. A lot of people don't know that. Money's a tool. All money knows is just supposed to go out there and grow based on where you what? Put it. But if you put it in the government's pocket, and the bank's pocket, and everybody else's pocket but yours, you'll never see every dollar you make is supposed to bring you 3 to 5 back. So when I wake up every day now and see the old me, you see like, what can I get, this and that? Now I go, okay, I got a few dollars. How can I make the money I have what?
Make money.
More money. Here's how. These are your 3 solutions. First, you got to become what's called cash flow positive. There's a difference between income and cash flow. Huge difference. A lot of people are worried about their income. That's not your problem. It's your cash flow. Number 2, become cash flow positive. Earn business. I'm sorry. Let me go down first. Oh, it's back. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna go down first. To become cash flow positive, 3 things have to go down. First, we hit it already, is your what? Taxes. Second, you got to pay off your what?
Debt.
And third, you got to minimize your what?
Expenses.
Now, without you doing anything different, this will increase your cash flow. Here's why. The government has the biggest checking account in the world. In 2008, when our economy collapsed, who bailed everybody out? The government did. People say, Brian, the bank's got the biggest account. No, last time I checked, the banks got in trouble. Who bailed them out? The government didn't bail the banks didn't bail the government out. The government bailed the banks out. Now, who puts all the deposits in the government account? You do. When you pay what? Now, the second biggest account in the world is the U.S. Treasury. Every time you make a deposit, your money's getting invested somewhere. And they give you 1% at the end of the year.
Right.
Let me give you something real quick. I want y'all to think about this. Never forget this. Anytime you hear the word interest, there's a loan involved. Anytime you hear the word interest, there's a loan involved. Your job is to track the loan and see where the loan is going. So if Mr. Banker gives you 1% on your checking account, sight unseen. What's your name, my friend? Since I've been picking on you. Tanya. Tanya walks in and gets a checking account. All I need is her what? ID. And without even negotiating, I'm going to give you 1%. That's because somewhere I must be making 8. So Mr. Banker takes everybody's deposits, makes 8%, gives you 1. And God forbid she get a bounce fee or something. $28. God forbid she use her ATM machine at somebody else's bank. You get $3 and what? You get $3. I mean, each of y'all, so for $20, she get charged $26. Capital what?
Lism.
Ism. Am I right? Mm-hmm. So she want $20. They charge her $26. They made 25% return on your money. Now check this out. The banks lend all of our money out. They have to be because they're giving us all what? Interest. That means a loan is involved. So let me ask you a question. If your money's safe enough to put in the bank and you trust them that much, why don't you shop around and see where the money's what?
Going.
And skip the middleman and learn to put your money in the same thing that they what?
Put the money.
See, investing ain't risky. It's a matter of you learning where you got to follow the what? Follow the path, follow the money. I tell everybody, you an investor now. You just getting low return. So we teach you how to invest wholesale, put the money where the bank putting the money instead of you getting it retail, which is, in other words, when they finish with you, they slide you 1%. Then guess what the government got the nerve to do at the end of the year? They tax that. So you made 90 cents, government want 30. So when you get the little money you made, you know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all want some of this too? I ain't made but $4. Yeah, we need some of that too. So you just getting hit across the head. Get you one more thing you gotta remember. You walk into that same bank, you need a loan. They can tell you what?
No.
But do you know your money is being lent? Your money in your bank, that's on the bank's balance sheet on what side? Assets. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So they got $1 trillion on this. Some of that's yours. You're funding other people's car notes. You're funding other people's mortgages. You're funding other people's student loans because they're borrowing their money and lending it what? And here you come. I need a new car. Well, let's look at your credit score. Credit score, I pay for everybody. I pay for everybody else's stuff. That's how it works. So you got to use a different charter. See, banks have charters. Your Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Chase and all that, that's a different charter than T. Rowe Price, Vanguard, Fidelity, and Merrill Lynch. You need to be on that charter where your money's being put to what? Work. Not your little ATM charter where they working your money. Good night.
Drops mic.
That's it. So when these three things go down, it's time for you to start making withdrawals from the people that you've been making what into? Deposits. You got to get you some withdrawals. That's your money. So now your cash flow goes up. How? The first thing we got to do is revisit your W-4. That's where it all starts if you have a job. The W-4 is the form you filled out when you got your job. It tells your employer how much to withhold. If you have a business, you're allowed to flip your W-4 over and fill out the back. Most people only fill out the what?
The front.
Because you're getting what are called standard deductions. The ones that America just allows you to what? Just have these. Everybody got it? Mm-hmm. But when you get a business, they allow you to flip over the back. Now just do me a favor. Aaron, you adjusted your W-4. You got a pay increase automatically. How much per month? $562. Now you took your $562. I don't know if you had a whole bunch of debt, but you cash flowed that $562 into how much total?
A month?
No, like your net cash flow since you've been doing this strategy. $80,000. From number one, from taking your money back from who took it. Everybody got it? LaWanda, you adjusted your W-4. What'd you get back?
$800 a month back in my check.
$800 a month. Mm-hmm. Now you take that money and put it to what?
Work.
Put it to work. Mm-hmm. Now $800 becomes $1,200. You paid off how many credit cards?
2 credit cards.
2 credit cards. So the money that was going out to the credit cards, you let the government pay off your what? Debt. Mm-hmm. Now let's just, I'm gonna make up a balance for $200 on Visa, $200 on MasterCard. So now we turn 800, pay those off, we turn 800 into 12 what? 1,200. Now we double down on the car. Instead of giving them $550, go ahead and give them the whole 1,200. You didn't have it anyway. Now the car going in 2 years instead of what?
5.
Now you take the car note that was going out, you dump all that on the mortgage. Mortgage going in 8 years instead of what? 30. Instead of 30.
That's good stuff.
From just the 560. Make sense? Yeah. Man, I try to show my friends this stuff. I don't know, man. I ain't trying to change my W-4. I get your money. You get a tax refund. It don't make me no difference. I don't make a dime on showing you what to do with your own what? Money. It don't make me no difference. I got a friend of mine, me and LaWanda went to school with. been a teacher 19 years, has had 2 children, and is now married. For the past 19 years she's been married, and I think her kids, I might be 9 and 6. We looked at her W-4. She still had on there single, which is a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Which means they take out the most what?
Money.
Do you know we did the math? She lost about $74,000 from just not flipping the form what? Over. No, not even on that. Just going to revisit it when you get married and have your what?
Kids.
Yeah. Most people's W-4 filled out wrong. LaWanda check went up $800 a month. Who am I an extra $800 a month right now just coming in? Guess what? A lot of y'all sitting on it. You just don't know about this form. That's why HR put you in that room and tell you to fill it out and come see me when you finish. They can't help you with that. They can't sit down and say, now you know you need as many exemptions as possible. Flip it over on the back if you got a home base business. Because you there to work for them. It'd be nice if you would have showed me on the back is where all the money is. It's called capitalism. Their job ain't to teach you that. Make sense? Business income. Wrap this up. Business income. Guess what? It's not $9.99 to join our business. It's not $8.99. Look, it ain't even $4.99. Cross it. It's not $2.99. Cross it. Guess what it is? $99. We teach you. Who's learned a lot just from sitting in here, right? Wait till you see the different things that we teach you with the software and the different things that when you monitor your goals and you say, Brian, I want $2 million by the time I'm 49, and I want my child to have 18,000 by the time she's 6. Then we put those profiles in there and show you exactly what to do with these adjustments, how many months it's going to take. Because numbers don't what? Don't lie. You land right in your goal. Your kid turn 18, they got whatever the goal was, by the time they're 6 or whatever, and you got your $1 million by the time you 40. Because now you're actually seeing the strategy come to fruition. Make sense? Mm-hmm. It's $99. This is a promo. We're only doing $99 for the summer. Write this down in your notes. It's normally $179. Okay? But for the promo for the summer, actually this might last another few weeks. We're doing $99. So y'all take advantage. You get the same thing for $98 less. Everybody got it? Mm-hmm. And it's $34.95 a month. Friend of mine the other day, this is so funny. Friend of mine was like, $34 now, you got a monthly fee with it? I said, that's so sad. I said, man, you don't have $1 a day?
That is sad.
See, always remember this, guys. Things are never expensive. You just don't make enough money. Things are never expensive. You just can't afford it. Don't ever get mad at a cost. Get mad at what you can't afford. When you do that, it's a different ball game. You can't go to Mercedes place. How much is it? You can't do that. You're in the wrong lot. you can't walk into man. He thought it's expensive. Well, man, I promise you, we got other lots up the street in your bracket. You can't walk into Mercedes get mad. So I told her, I said, don't get mad at me because you don't have $1 a day for your future. It's $1 a day. But you catch him right up here at Starbucks, coffee $7. Catch him at the club every week. Catch him he look fresh. But then when you see something about finances, see how your mind just shift? Yeah. Well, I don't need another monthly fee. No. You need to figure out why your tax is so high. This ain't what's killing you. This is. Right. You talking to me about $34.95 and you giving Visa $219. See, it's just a different way. Sorry. It's just a different mindset.